Do you remember that song, Take Me to Church, by Hozier? Well, in today's video, this is what we are going to talk about. One of my favorite notes in fragrances is incense. Therefore, today I'm going to give you a list with incense fragrances. Some of my favorite, my all-time favorite, some of my most worn fragrances throughout my lifetime, if you want, and especially in the last years when I decided to switch from designer fragrances to niche fragrances. But also, when I was on designer fragrances, I used to buy a lot of incense fragrances. Therefore, let's start with the first entry in this list from the house of Inio. The perfume is called Magnetic Blend 8. This is one of the best incenses that I ever smelled. This is a multifaceted incense. It's green, it's herbal, it's aromatic, it's woody, it's piney, and of course, it's smoky. This isn't your regular, typical, churchy vibe type of fragrance. No, this gives you vibes of a monastery, of a very retreat monastery somewhere in the mountains. This is how Magnetic Blend 8 actually smells. And I simply love it. I adore it. This is one of my most worn fragrances in my entire collection due to the way that the incense is interpreted. Absolutely fantastic performance with Magnetic Blend 8, incredible longevity, projection and sillage. All year-round type of fragrance. I should have mentioned that I have no issues in wearing incense-based fragrances throughout summertime. Yeah, Magnetic Blend 8 from the house of Inio. My second entry in this list comes from the house of Melek Perfumes. And the fragrance is Temple of Horus 2. This is his most recent creation, Matthew Melek's most recent creation. It just came to the market about 2 months ago. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is a world premiere, this fragrance. It was already a world premiere when I did my videos in Romanian, but this time around I'm going to talk to you about this fragrance for my international audience. This is very, very elegant. Very elegant, very seductive. I would say very sensual also. You have Temple of Horus 1, which I have right here, which is the daytime fragrance, if you want. That one, it's crispier, it's fresher, it's uplifting. This one, it's more serious, more mature, more elegant, more sophisticated. And this is for nighttime. And you have inside myrrh, incense, you also have davana. Therefore, it's a more complex type of fragrance, at least compared to the original one, Temple of Horus, let's call it number 1. Very beautiful, high quality blend of ingredients. Very good performance also with Temple of Horus 2. I would say that this one is actually on the unisex side of things. Therefore, ladies could also try it, and why not actually enjoy it. Very beautiful creation from Matthew Melek. And because I spoke about the original, let's talk about the original, because in this one, the incense note is actually more predominant, but combined with a lot of citruses. As I said, this is fresh, uplifting, invigorating. This is a daytime type of scent, and this actually does work really great in high heat, especially during summertime. Very nice fragrance if you need a different interpretation of incense. Very, I would say, playful at the same time. Very good performance, highly recommended. And this one does lean on the masculine side of things. Temple of Horus. Next entry up comes from the house of Agonist, and it's this beautiful concoction called Black Amber. Oh yeah, another great incense fragrance, but this time around combined with amber, as you guessed it. This goes a bit more to the churchy side of things. You might have the impression that you are in a church. It smells really nice, really beautiful, really great, and again, very good lasting power. Agonist Black Amber. Going to the next one, another beautiful fragrance from the house of Atelier Des Or comes none other than L'Herme du Désert. And if you know this house, then you know that all their fragrances contain gold flakes. So this isn't something exclusive or something groundbreaking from this house, because other houses were the first on the market with this gimmicky marketing, but the fragrance is really great. Very long lasting, good sillage, but the projection isn't very, very strong, which makes it quite good even for enclosed spaces. I don't know, for an office, for example, for a classroom, especially if you love a dry type of incense. Really beautiful blend, high quality, very good performance. L'air du désert from the house of Atelier Des Or. Next one up, of course, I couldn't talk about incense without talking about Neofushumi and Varanasi. The funeral rite, if you want. This is absolutely incredible. This is incense done in the most masterful way possible. Combined with aquatic notes, combined with animalic notes. This smells simply amazing. This is a religious experience, if you ask me. Because this is how Varanasi works. As a spiritual, religious, ecclesiastic experience. Out of this world, incredible performance, incredible quality of the ingredients, incredible blending of those ingredients by Luigi Imprezzabile, the nose behind Neofushumi. Varanasi. Going further, of course, Amouage, and the very, very beautiful incense combined with orris, with kerosids, and with sandalwood. Meander. One of the softest, most sensual incenses that you can buy and wear on your skin. This is how great Meander from Amouage is, at least on my skin. You need to take this into account. I'm always, but always referring to my experience on my own skin. And for me, this works absolutely amazing. Beautiful blend between the incense, the Omani incense, with the sandalwood, the creamy sandalwood, and with the buttery orris found inside. Also, you have the earthiness from the carrot seeds. Amazing quality, amazing blend, amazing performance also, which is actually quite important to me. Next one up, still from Amouage, rose incense, or Opus 12. This is from the discontinued line of the library collection. It has been put again on the market in the new bottles, just like the ones that you see there in the background. But I have here the original formulation in these bottles. And this is a beautiful combination between incense ink and rose de Mai. Simply gorgeous. That's the only word to describe rose incense. This is a fragrance best suited for formal events, for formal occasions, when you're dressed up. This is a fragrance that attracts a lot of curiosity, a lot of compliments also. This is something truly amazing. Great creation from the house of Amouage. If you love rose, but rose de Mai more specifically, if you love incense, you're gonna definitely love the proposition from Amouage. Next one comes from the house of L'Artisan Parfumeur. It's this little bad boy called Mon Numero 10. A lot of people say that they smell cola in this fragrance. It isn't my case. In my case, I smell a lot of incense. Feels more like you're sitting on the steps of a cathedral. Cold, dry, smoky incense. This is how Mon Numero 10 smells every single time that I wear it. Very good performance, very good combination of notes, very, very well blended also. This has a more intrusive, ecclesiastic feeling to it, therefore I understand why a lot of people do not like it, but in my case, because I love incense so much, I truly love it. Mon Numero 10 from L'Artisan Parfumeur. And also from L'Artisan Parfumeur, we should mention Passage d'Enfer. Another fragrance, another great fragrance that has incense inside. But this time around, to me, it feels more mineral. Rocky, if you want. This is the feeling that Passage d'Enfer gives me every single time that I decide to wear it. Very good performance, although these are the new bottles, the new formulations, but still great performance, great quality, and great incense fragrance. Passage d'Enfer from L'Artisan Parfumeur. Next perfume in this list, from the house of Liquide Imaginaire, comes Lacrima. Again, a very fresh, uplifting interpretation of incense. Why? Because you also have petitgrain inside, and because you also have Angelica, if I'm not mistaken. Therefore, it's a little bit more fizzy, it's more vibrant, it's more uplifting, It's a fresher take on the incense accord, and I simply love it, especially in hot weather. Very good for late spring, summertime especially, and also early fall. Quite versatile, quite easy to wear also. And one of the best incense fragrances that I ever sniffed comes from the house of Milano Fragranze, and it's called, very suggestive I would say, Basilica. Oh my god, this is so good. Woody, because you have a lot of cedar wood inside, a lot of incense. It's very dry, it's very masculine at the same time, very easy to wear. It isn't too dark, but it's also somewhat refreshing. But the most surprising thing about this fragrance is the way that it sticks on the skin and on the clothing. Incredible performance from Basilica by the house of Milano Fragranze. I highly encourage you, if you like incense, to try this scent out. It's truly stunning, if you ask me. Next one up, from the house of Alexandre J, comes this beauty called the Majestic Wood. And here you have a combination between agarwood, incense, and black currant. Simply stunning. One of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. I've worn this so many times, and every single time it worked absolutely perfect. Quite versatile, if you ask me, but preferably you should wear it at semi-formal and formal events. Very good quality, very long-lasting also. And this combination between incense, blackcurrant, and wood is simply stunning. The Majestic Wood from the house of Alexandre J. Next one up, very surprising if you ask me, still from the house of Alexandre J, Scent Black. And this time around you have a incensey tobacco. This is what this fragrance is all about. I never believed that incense combined with tobacco would work so great till I met this fragrance. Truly amazing, a gentleman's fragrance. This is a male scent without any doubt. Highly appreciated. The tobacco in it, it's very dry, it's very masculine, it's very powerful, and so is the incense note found inside this fragrance. Simply but efficient and very beautiful. If you love tobacco but you also love incense, Scent Black from Alexandre J. Okay, let's move further. And the next one comes from the house of Musk Milano. And the name of this fragrance is Mandala. Incredible house, incredible Italian niche house. I highly recommend you to try their fragrances. They're simply stunning. They're not cheap, but they are truly gorgeous. High quality ingredients. The incense inside here, it's also very fresh and uplifting. Just like Lacrima from Liquid Imaginaire. Same story goes here, because you also get in this one petit grain. And that's fizzy, that's refreshing, that's uplifting. And combined with the incense, well, you're in for a treat. Very good, just like Lacrima from Liquid Imaginaire for warmer weather. Highly appreciate Mandala, and this was one of my first fragrances from this house. So I can highly encourage you to give it a try also. Next fragrance up in this list that features incense is a true beauty, a very underrated hidden gem from Lorga Parfums called Rose d'Incense. A stunning proposition between incense and rose. You might think that this is a very heavy fragrance, that this is very dark. In reality, it isn't. This is quite airy. It's quite easy to wear. It's very beautiful. And at the same time, it's very elegant. Sophisticated by being simplistic, if this makes any sense. But this is the beauty of Rose d'Incense from Lorga Parfums. I do love this juice. I simply love it because it's very interesting. It's very unique in terms of creativity, and it works flawlessly every single time. Rose d'Incense from Lorga Parfums. Going to the next one, a very strong incense this time around. Very dark, very churchy if you want, very spicy at the same time. From Roberto Cavalli, Wild Incense. This is one of my most favorite fragrances during winter time, especially during winter time. It's that good. It's very strong, it's very powerful. It's very heavy, but I truly enjoy wearing this one. You also have some rum inside this composition, and this is if you want a boozy, somewhat spicy incense. Highly appreciate Wild Incense from Roberto Cavalli. Going to a delicious incense this time around. Well, a very interesting combination of ingredients comes in the form of Incense Suave from Matière Première. This is vanilla combined with incense. That's all there is. Delicious, gourmand, sweet, elegant, sensual incense. Both, let's say, ingredients, both main ingredients in this composition are featured in the same ratio, in the same concentration, if you want. That's what makes this fragrance quite interesting. Incense Suave from the house of Matière Première. Going further, of course, the Merchant of Venice and one of my all-time favorite incense fragrances, of course, Mystic Incense. Truly beautiful, delicious, stunning incense fragrance. You have incense, you have cedar, but you also have salt, you also have caramel, you also have cocoa inside this fragrance. Therefore, this is beautiful. It's very elegant, it's very sophisticated, and I do appreciate specifically the cedar note, which is very dry, very, very dry, I would say. And combined with the incense, the caramel and the salt transforms this beauty into something very unique and that I never actually smelled in any other perfume. The next entry in this list comes from the house of Filippo Sorcinelli. Again, a fresh take upon incense. This is Contra Bombard 32. And yeah, you gotta love the bottles in this collection. They are quite something. Again, a very, very refreshing incense. Very invigorating. You also get petitgrain in this one. You also get Angelica in this one. Some woody notes. This feels like you are sitting inside a Catholic church and they are playing music inside the church. This is the exact feeling that I get every single time that I wear this fragrance. Very good quality by Filippo Sorcinelli. Very good performance also with Contra Bombard number 32. Highly recommended, especially for warmer weather. Next one up, from the house of Alison Oldoini, comes a very interesting beauty called Cuir d'Incense. This features one of the most interesting mandarin notes combined with leather, but it's actually suede and also incense. This is a very beautiful, fresh, citrusy, leathery incense. Highly love it. High quality stuff, very good performance. One of my favorites when it comes to summertime and especially in general warm weather. Alison Oldoini Cuir d'Incense. I really hate the bottles. As expensive as this house is, the bottles are simply is the only thing that I can say. And the last entry in this video, of course, none other than Neroli Nanimalis from Maison Incense. It's in the name of the house, Incense, because they use incense in every single fragrance that they create. So Neroli Nanimalis isn't an exception. It also contains incense, but this is a very animalic take on Neroli. Very uplifting, very strong, very harsh, very bitter, very, very unique composition from Maison Incense. And also this one lasts, but lasts a long, long time on your skin. Neroli Nanimalis from the house of Maison Incense is my last entry in this video, in this list with incense fragrances. There could have been more from Amouage, for example, because we already know that Amouage uses a lot of incense, especially Omani incense in their fragrances. But these are the ones that I decided to pick. These are the fragrances that I'm showcasing in this video. These are, as I said in the beginning of this video, some of my most worn incense fragrances throughout my life, some of my favorite incenses, and I'm always looking for new, intriguing, interesting takes on incense, because I simply love this note It works flawlessly for me, for my skin, for my taste, and as I said, I have no fear in wearing incense even during hot summer days. The cooling effect, the relaxing effect of the incense just works perfectly. As always, my friends, keep in mind that it's better for you or your financial health to test out the fragrances, to purchase decants, samples, to wear them on your own skin, to draw some conclusions, and only based on your own opinions and conclusions decide if you want to buy or not the fragrances. Otherwise, go ahead, blind buy them, and you might end up regretting that decision. It's better and it's cheaper for you to test them out and only afterwards to purchase. I'm going to stop here. As always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I'm going to see you in the next one. And as always, be safe, be good. Peace.